be sitting with Diana Ross on a platform to argue with me, my friend, you better make sure you sharpen your head and you come to me with facts. But don't come to me with those weak, cheap tactics. And then you problem with you. Got any problem with me? Am I the onions in your background? Nonsense.
Kabisa mano nyante wawa.
Oh, dapo nyingine ola yao. Samora bara bote nyingi. Tonge gimo wacho. Kar mondo wateta gik mawinjore. Things that just make sense, you know? We were having such a good argument here. Even Berry Black climbed here and asked about Light Academy. We are learning Light Academy is in Kayole. That is a high quality school, a place that is producing academicians. So if you live in Kayole and you take your child to Light Academy, what is wrong with that? If Kayole is the place where your children, kawacha dear mar ter meru guogni. Dingam teri kucho melka giter moyech. Chiet. Sasa, kama mtoto wako, wacha niwambie, living abroad and leaving your kids in Kenya is so difficult, okay? It's so hard, and the dynamics around leaving children behind, my friend, nobody can understand because each child, each family is different and it's complicated. So you can't really force your ideologies on other people that the way you raise your children is the way you want other people to raise their children. That's not how things work. That is not how things work. Ati mtu anatoa lions so unasikia vibaya mtu akitoa lions. Come on. That is her money. Shauri yake.
Yeah, I think
it is her money. It's not public. It's not public money. It's not public money. Kama ungekuwa na question public money yenye watu wamempatia, it makes sense. But hii ni pesa yake. Amefanya kazi akai-earn. Ingekuwa pesa ya mchango tungeongelelea.
Nani Precious, I'm going to bring you up here, but what you can do, we cannot talk over each other. Mtu anaongea left, someone else can respond. But you know, if you talk over each other, we don't make sense because everybody is trying to talk. We don't usually have to agree with each other. We can argue, you know, and not even agree, but do it respectfully. But the worst thing I hate as a person is actually speaking over each other. So I'm going to bring you up mute. Kama mtu anaongea mute akimaliza, you know, let us be a little bit diplomatic, guys. We are too good for this, like, you know, back and forth. Yeah, we can.
I think, Ati, I think we've lost it at some point, and this is the thing, and they will agree with me, that Precious has a point, but the way she's bringing it out is what's bringing issues. Now, what Precious is trying to say is that I'm not supposed to, okay, what she's trying to say from how I'm getting it, okay? It's not right for me to assist people out there while myself, you know, my own closest people, especially my blood, might not be doing well, which we are not certain if they are not doing well. People are in Kayole and enjoying life big time. I've seen people in Kayole doing super fine, eating well, you know, just feeding well, dressing well. I've been there. I've seen people.
Let me tell you,
areas within Kayole.
So maybe you are getting it wrong.
Precious, wacha ongee, alafu uchukue microphone. That's what we don't start people.
Just a minute, Precious.
Mute akimaliza and then utaongea.
Yeah, so let's just, yeah. So the point Precious is trying to bring, and this is how I'm getting her, is imagination that I'm assisting someone or people out there while I'm not doing so to my own people, my own blood. Okay, from where I'm seated, that's what I'm reading, okay? But again, we don't need to do it as if we are castigating you need to, there's a way you can bring out your point that 1, 2, 3 is happening, but if it was me, I think I'd do it this way. Now, the second thing, Precious, and this issue of Kayole, you know, Kayole is not like some low life place and everything, but now people are born and raised there, and people are doing well, you know. And
we have families there.
Yeah, and number 3, we cannot dictate how person A, person B, person C are supposed to utilize their hard-earned cash. We cannot dictate that anywhere. What we can do is just to tell them, hey, spend your money the way you want it. If you're close to them, you can tell them, how about you? I've advised people, you are doing this and I don't think it's doing you any good. We are adults. And it's not supposed to switch into a fight between Precious and Diana. It was a discussion, a conversation. It's supposed to remain that way. That's my view. Let's not fight over, things which are not supposed to be there.
We can have differing
let me
opinions.
respond before she opens. Yeah. Let me just say something before she takes the mic. The thing is, sometimes when you're having an argument with someone, then they move from the argument and then now it becomes about you. Me, I really can't stand that, because that is usually a tactic that people use when they cannot sustain an argument. I find that tactic very weak. Like, we are talking about Kayole, school, and immigration into America. Focus on that.
No, but we are not
Like,
talking
how
about
is
you,
Diana?
Diana. It has nothing to do with you. Stop
No,
it.
the
Why?
thing is, why can't you let me? Thank God you muted her. You see, she cannot be in an argument. I'm telling you, because I'm just talking.
Yeah,
Already,
because
she's
you are saying
triggered.
a lie. Because I was having the mic
Nani,
before you.
Precious, let
What
us
do you mean?
Nani, Precious,
Oh
yo.
God.
Yeah, we can all have a conversation. Just wait for her to finish. When she drops the mic, put your point down. I'm sure you're smart enough. You can note your point in your
I know,
head.
but Ati, I was before her.
No, she was responding, okay, and then you interrupted, and then that
Yes,
is all
okay.
this happened. So what
Okay.
you do, you just
Okay.
listen, take the points, and then when she finishes, then respond from point to point. Don't interrupt people. A good listener is someone who do not interrupt other people's thoughts. Just skiza, and then you'll pick the points, because we want to have like a progressive discussion, not an argument. Please. Thank you. Then you can have the mic.
You know what I was saying? We were thank you, Auntie. We were talking about the issues we were talking about. And then all of a sudden, when I was explaining my point and I'm telling her that it's somebody's money, they can do whatever they want, she comes out of nowhere. Then she's like, the problem with you, Diana, is that you think you're always right. For me, that's just so weak, And then it's like a tactic that people use to derail an argument. This was not about Diana. This was about the arguments that we were having about moving to America, kids being not taken care of, blah, 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 blah.
It's turned on.
Me, why, even if it's not her money, like, you need to talk about that, not about Diana Ross being always right or always wrong. The argument was not about Diana Ross. So don't drag Diana Ross into it. Please, can we have a conversation?
Host,
You can take the mic now.
Hapa chini kwa kona. Tata.
Hapana, ngoja kwanza. Precious was meant to respond. Just be patient.
Nimeuliza.
Yeah, no, just wait, because how her thoughts. Diana, if you're done, Precious, you can take the microphone, please, and respond if you have anything to respond. Thank you. Precious, are you there?
And just for clarification purposes, it's not an argument, it's a conversation.
It is just a discussion we are having.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ati is not an argument. I'm not arguing with someone.
No, that's okay. Can you now put your points across? It's your time. You have the microphone. Thank you.
Yes, what I'm saying is, we are just hapa tuko to eliminishane. I don't know Kiswahili. I can say we are here to educate each other. Unajua, apart from about certain things. And what we will say is, sometimes it varies from country to country. Na mtu asikuja hapa kusema kitu ingine. We can come here, alafu then I say, Diana said or somebody said about this. Unajua, sometimes we talk and then everybody come and, me from my country is this, from that country is that. Nobody's fighting about anything. Unajua, I am not here to fight about
what
anyone.
What was your point? Let's get back to the point. So what point are you putting across?
My point is, sometimes tukiwa huku, it's just about us to understand what the system is all about, depending on each and every country. It's cutting across the diverse
Can I put you back to the point of discussion? I think the point of
Yes.
contention was, I
Yes.
think, I'm not going to mention names, but I think the discussion was you trying to make it look like if someone lives in Kayole, you know, and that is where I think someone was trying to tell you that it does not
Ati.
matter where someone
Ati.
lives, because
Ati.
you tried. Can I just finish my point? You tried to
Okay.
make it look like Kayole is low value. So because I live in America, my children should not live in Kayole. And I'll tell you one thing, there are people that have invested in Kayole, they have built beautiful homes. So if I have a house in Kayole, why would I go and rent in Kileleshwa so my kids live in Kileleshwa because I am in America? I think that was a bone of contention.
Ati,
Yeah.
Ati, my kids went to school in New Light Academy and it's in Kayole. That is the place that gave my kids the basis that they have today. I really respect that. It has nothing to do with Kayole as a place or as a school or as everything. Tuache kupiga siasa na shule. My kids were in Kayole, they were in New Lights. That's what shaped them to be who they are today. And I really appreciate. It has nothing to do with that. Na tuache kusema ati sijui mtu ako Kayole, because Kayole is just an estate, just like the other estates.
But that was from you. That you are the one who said that
you
why
were
should
complaining.
children? You are the
You're
one who
complaining
brought
on
that
someone
comparison.
else throwing lions,
No.
and yet her kids and her family lives in Kayole,
No,
and yet they are throwing money right, left, and center.
No,
That was your contention.
What I meant was something else.
Okay,
Okay,
what
can
do
you
you mean?
expound? Because probably we got it
Expound
wrong.
on that,
Maybe
because
expound.
that's where we
Yes.
left our kids.
Yeah.
Yes. What I meant was the time that my kids were in Kayole, in New Light, I was in Kenya, you know? I was there and I thought that was the best. But I cannot come as Mimi, Precious. I pay for somebody, I give somebody lions. I must do universe. Na ako Europe. While my kids are in Kayole, I think I will use the same money to take my kids to Braeburn. That is what I meant. I cannot,
People
never in
started
this
saying
world.
that Kayole, that
That-
school in Kayole, it's still a very nice school. It's an A grade.
It was a nice school as per my standards back then. When I
Oh,
was
not
there.
anymore.
Precious.
Yes.
Do we know, you like someone who has traveled, do you know there's what is called a process? And do you know it can even take 10 years for someone to relocate their children, okay?
I don't dispute that. What I'm saying is, I
So
don't
when
dispute.
you try and slice someone and you say that why would you be giving lions when their children are not lacking, the children are not complaining, she's not complaining, and the
Ati.
fact that the children are in Kayole and they are somewhere does not mean that they're not doing things, are not in process.
I know they are doing good, but ati saa zingine pia saa zingine tuseme ukweli, I will not give another woman lions that is living in Europe while my kids are languishing in Kayole.
What
It
do you say
cannot. Why can't you
languishing?
put?
What do you
Yes.
mean by languishing? And
Okay,
can you
Precious, I
substantiate
think
your claim
this is
that
where
the
you are
children
losing
are
it.
languishing in Kayole?
I'm
Or is
not
it because they
losing
live in
something.
Kayole?
It's just
That's
that
because
you
the kids
guys
are in Kayole.
are
To you,
are
the things are
refusing.
languishing. If they live in Lavington, they won't. I
You
mean,
guys are refusing to see where I'm coming from. I'm sorry, guys.
Anyway, it's okay, Precious. Let us give Nani Mili to take the microphone as well.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi, host. Yeah, my name is Milka. I just wanted to give a point, and I am kind of understanding what Precious. Okay, I may twist kidogo, which, but I understand what she's trying to say, because Diana umetukana third mama na accusing of third mama na, but I was just giving a point. That is where you go wrong. Hautaki kuatakiwa, lakini you want people to understand you. Okay?
Now, excuse me, can you bring the point of
Weka
discussion?
point yako.
No.
Weka point. Wacha
Listen,
tuendelee.
Milka, whoever you are, we were
Bring your
discussing
point.
that, you know, it's not
I'm
about, if
bringing
you
the
have an
point,
issue with
but to
Diana,
bring the point, I have to
yeah.
say something.
Let us
because
go. I want us to focus on what the discussion is about. Iwinjo, ikwayo either.
Kama uko na issue na mimi fungua live yako.
No,
that is where the
listen.
problem is.
No,
I
Diana,
didn't come to attack
Kama
you.
uko na issue na Diana
let's
fungua
meet
live.
I don't
Diana.
even know her.
I
Let
don't
me
know
deal
her.
with her.
It's
Milka.
a point of
Milka.
kila mtu anaongea tu
Okay,
point.
Milka, can you listen to me, please? You came here, we're having a discussion. If you have a point to
Sasa
the
the point, you
discussion.
have to say the point, lakini ngatoya nyoter mama. Na, can I also talk about it? Yes, I can.
No, we are not
It's
talking about
topic.
anybody's term, mama. We have a discussion going on. So if you're not online, my
Sasa ni
dear,
avoid tu hiyo, lakini
yes,
mmenifanisha
you can
nitoe
open your
point.
live ama when the mali because you're taking it as out of topic.
No.
Sawa.
You can support Diana as much as you want. She had a right. The lady
Okay,
has a
sawa.
precious
We are
other
not
right.
going there, my dear. If you
Auntie,
come
let
here,
me deal with her.
we keep on focus. And which maru kumi Milka na bepokuna nene. If you cannot keep to the subject at hand,
What one discuss there ya wuoge education.
anaon. Yawa.
Tek
Keep
mana deni ya. Odio yao live. Milka the yao live mondi addressa.
surely. Let us, because we are talking about a subject at hand. Can we focus on that?
Ingeni mokwongo gimomiyo na yanye dongo biro yanya gine comment. O yanya comment emomi adwo.
Anakia
Siwezi
Katawada.
nikamtusi
Akia, I
bure.
don't
Siya
even know her.
nitusi.
And
Yeah.
of course.
O yanya comment kose yanya kaduoke kamani.
You know, you guys, nyinyi watu. I hope to kosa. Yani kuna chemka left right center.
Okay,
Jameni.
let us go back to the thing, the issue at hand. The thing
Yeah.
is, I want to make this very clear,
Let's
guys.
focus.
Let us make this very
Watu
clear.
wameamua violence. Beri nakwambia hata kwa Magda kuliko hivyo tu.
Let us go back to the subject at hand. We are trying to, we are trying to debunk this mentality that because my child lives in a place that is considered low value, okay, and I probably live in a developed country, that my child is suffering or my child is languishing. One thing a lot of people don't probably know, maybe I have a property in Kayole or Doni or Umoja. A lot of people have that African mentality that if my children don't live in Lavi or Kile or Kitisuru or Westi, then my children are suffering. Guys, and it's mainly a Luo issue. And it's mainly a Luo wakukuja, watu wakukuja that don't see things at face value, my friend. If I own a property in Kayole, I'm not paying rent. Why would I go and rent in Kile because I want to belong? And just because my kids live in Kayole does not mean my kids are suffering. And just because I live in Europe or US, it does not mean that my kids should live like maybe in, because people have that material value, face value of things, okay? So when someone comes here and seriously, guys, my money, how I use my fucking money should not be anyone's problem, because first, my children are not complaining. My family are not complaining. And you know what? Even if my sister lives in Madare and I live in Kile, okay, you probably don't know how much I've supported my sister, or you don't know my reasons. There's so much. So don't come here and judge people at face value. And that is why I love the Brits. They say, mind your own business. We tend to mind people's businesses and judge them from a point of no knowledge and ignorance, okay? So there's a word, before you start using words like languishing, it means suffering. So when you come and point out that other people's children are languishing because they live in a place that you don't deem to be fit, then you, my friend, need to work on your brain, your level of thinking. You're not seeing life beyond your nose. And it's happening to the best of us here. Okay?
Ati, hebu ngoja kidogo nakuuliza. Hebu angalia kama umeblock Okaro. Amenitumia message anasema she thinks she's still blocked at your place.
You guys are thinking, if you're a moderator, you know how to check. Hebu check moderators.
I think maybe as the host you can check better.
Let me check because
Yeah, please check, Arwa.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You have a very big list like Okaro.
And Nani, while Art is
not
checking,
there.
I think there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about people who leave their children back home when they come abroad. And a lot of people like judging them. Unaona? Unapata mtu wako hapa anakuambia si uliacha watoto wako sijui nini.
Watu wengi utangulia ndio waende wapate makaratasi kwanza.
Acha nikwambie, kuleta watoto America, no joke. It's not a joke. And it involves money.
Yeah.
It involves money.
And you have to
use
settle
money
kwanza.
And watu hawaelewangi hizi vitu. Unaona?
Watu hawaelewi.
They don't understand. They don't get it.
kuna
People
siku
don't get it.
nilisema hata watu wenye ni citizen even bringing their kids to
Yeah,
the
I'm telling you, it
very
is.
hard.
Hey, Jehovah. Wewe mwenyewe kwanza kusettle it takes you almost 5 years. Almost
Mfano
5 years
hayuko
before
block
upate
list.
proper paperwork. How
But
dare
I
you
think at
utangaje
the same
kuleta
time,
watoto kama hata ujasettle vizuri, then sasa usettle, then sasa uanze
Alafu
kuwadadishia.
wacha
It takes
nikwambie
almost
kitu.
2
Apart
years
from
again.
that, nilikuwa naambia
Huh?
the process of even doing the paperwork for the kids, apart from
Yeah.
it being expensive, it is also exhausting because the process, it takes long.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can even file and the process takes up to 10 years for your children to come here.
I know.
And leave alone the fact that it is long, there is also the dehumanization that
DNA
comes with it.
issue with the government, blah,
Do you know
blah.
what we go through? Yeah, you're asked a lot of questions. You're
Yeah.
asked a lot of paperwork. You're asked a lot of things zenye ni kama zinakudhalilisha.
It's not a
Unaelewa?
joke.
Unataka una lazima uprove watoto ni wako, sijui nini nini. Nikwambia,
DNA.
ukiona mwanamke yoyote ama mtu ametoa mtoto Kenya akaleta Amerika, my friend,
Mheshimu.
heshimu huyo mtu.
Yeah.
Mheshimu. Si
Mheshimu.
mchezo. Uone mtu ametoa mtu Kenya akaleta hapa mtoto wake. Give those people respect bwana. Naonanga hapa watu wanaongea sijui aje. And another thing, nikiwa na relatives wangu Kayole wenye wanaweza kuchunga watoto wangu vizuri, nitatoa watoto wangu Lavington wakaishi Kayole.
True.
I can assure you that I will get my kids out of Lavington, they'll go to Kayole, because the issue yenye inamuumiza sana watu diaspora and how what relatives wa Kenya wanakula pesa za watu wa diaspora ni historia ya kuchunga watoto. Umeacha watoto wako nyuma, umeachia cousin, umeachia maybe dada, umeachia auntie, umeachia
Wananunua
sister, my
mashamba na
friend.
hiyo pesa.
100%.
Hao wananunua pesa zenye unatuma, wanajijenga.
Yes, kabisa.
I know of someone who thought that her kid was in an international school, but yeye kazini yake alikuwa anapeleka mtoto wake kwa public school na akaenda akanunua uniform za international school. Mtoto akitaka kuongea na mamake anaambia huyo mtoto anavaa hiyo uniform. Ako hapa anamwambia hebu vaa hii, mwambie ulikuwa umeenda tennis, vaa hii, mwambie ulikuwa umeenda hii. And the woman was sending this girl money that her kid was going to a very high-end school. Mwishowe, no. She never reached that school. I know, yani, the way that my relatives na caretakers wenye wanakaa na watoto wanaweza
Wanakulia sana.
watu watakukulia. Hata hii shopping tu, unaona? Hii shopping, huyo nani anakona kelele?
Nani anapigiwa
Ati ni
simu?
Nani anapigiwa simu si mute?
Umesema
Kama
kitu
ni
mzuri
Peaches.
sana and thank you so
Pretty
much
nice.
for
So
thank you.
unaona hata hii, let me finish. Unaona hata hii story ya whatever, now my school of thought hata inaenda, you know, even just groceries, hata tu chakula, wacheni hata school fees. Unaweza ukatuma pesa ya chakula uweke budget hata ya maybe 100,000 each month. My friend, watoto wako can maybe even enjoy only 3,000 out of that money.
True.
3K Kenya shillings, nimewaambia hapa. Watu ni wanyama hapa nje. You people have not experienced. When you see mothers out here na wameacha watoto wao nyumbani, some of them just choose not to talk because hawataki maneno, na waongei kwa sababu watoto wao wako kwa mikono ya hao watu. Huwezi ukaanza
Yeah.
vita na mtu na wako na watoto wako. You cannot start fighting a person that is taking care of your kids. You don't know what they can do to you. You don't know what they'll do to your kids. So unanyamaza, pesa zako zitakulwa tu, lakini unaomba makaratasi za watoto zitokee haraka.
Yes.
That is the norm of what happens here for wenye wameacha watoto nyumbani. And it's the facts. They are countable people that can properly take care of your kids and respect the fact that unawatumia pesa. Very few.
Nikwambie hiyo story ya kuleta watu East tu inakuanga very hard and it's very costly and it takes a long period.
Yes, a long time.
It's draining.
Yeah, it's draining. Yeah, in fact, Stato is even harder than here.
Yeah,
Here can be a
Stato
little
is
bit
even
longer,
harder than
lakini it's effective. Ni kitu unaona kabisa inasonga, unaona? But Stato, because Stato hata makaratasi bado they take even longer than us. Ndio Arwa?
Yeah, but Stato it's draining. Mimi nakwambia kwa sababu
Yeah.
I've seen it and I've experienced it. It is very draining.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stigma attached to everyone that has kids back home. I've been there before, and people never understand. There's a lot of people are watoto guys, so we should also think about it. Like sometimes it's not about ati mtu anarusha lions nini. That person is trying their best. I'm telling you. Vile Diana amesema, thank you so much Diana. You send money, unafikiria watanulia mtoto kiatu ya bata, mtoto anaenda ananulia kiatu ya mtumba. Unasema unataka mtoto aenda kusoma Brayburn, wanapeleka mtoto sijui ile shule inaitwa St. Anna's. You send school fees, wanakasirika, umesend straight to the school, you should have sent to their hands. You do shopping, unatuma za shopping, wanafanyia watoto wengine shopping, wako anapewa shopping ya second hand. You know, people get tired and the process here is so long. Wanakwambia you must have your things in order, you must have a job that has this per year earnings, you must have paid taxes before you bring your kids. The immigration also wants you to do a lot of processing, you know. So mtu anaangalianga anasema bora mtoto wangu amekula na anasoma hata ile primary school iko sijui wapi but amekula, that's enough for me. Unaona, mtoto amemsalimia and that's enough for them. So it's not an easy journey. Nimemaliza.
Yeah, for sure it's not easy.
Nikuulize, mimi mtoto wangu akishika yole kuna shida gani? Kama anaishika
yole. Ati anasema John anashika yole ati usithrow lions.
Wacha nikwambie kitu funny Lioness. Do you know that you can find a stranger hata mwenye anaishi Kayole mwenye anaweza kukaa na watoto wako vizuri kushinda hata relative.
Kuna best yangu alitoa watu wake kwa relatives, imagine wanaishi na nani na ni mwenye think amekuwa naye for so long, na in fact ako much in peace than rather venye alikuwa kwa anaishi na relatives.
Lakini kuna relatives.
Mimi my kids waliishi watoto wangu waliishi na nannies, they live with nannies mpaka wakakuja.
Because families, I'm telling you, they can take it as a project. Waichukulie hiyo ndio project yao. Yenye watanunua nayo vitu, wafanyie nayo vitu. It's draining.
Wana invest na pesa yako ya watoto.
Wana invest na pesa yako ya watoto.
Ati
unablock nao.
Okaro hayuko block list.
Hayuko kwa block list.
But mbona anasema eti yuko block? Taka shika ati yaoni.
Ayuko. Tumeenda through.
Block list I've checked. Ama ameblock ati. Mwambie ni kama enda ameblock.
Maybe enda amemblock.
Basi ende amemblock, wacha nimwambie.
Yeah, cause ayuko.
Ndio umuone.
And Nani guys, Nani Precious. Mnanisikia guys?
Yeah.
I've seen Precious writing down there that she will not allow her kids in Kayole, and that is absolutely fine, guys. There's no one size fits it all. You know, what we all need to usually realize is that it's okay to have a differing opinion, but do not try and trash other people's choices because there's no ISI unit, okay? What's good for you is probably not what's good for me. And that is absolutely fine. There's no problem. It's not an argument. It's just a discussion. And as much as people respect your choice, we should also learn to respect other people's choices. The problem is sometimes people want to feel that it's their way that is the right way. And if you live with that mentality, my friend, that is a very twisted mentality.
Auntie, si kuna watu tu wako majina wako na watoto wao wanaishi tu na kwa sababu wako na properties, si ati.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sasa uko na properties Kayole, sasa utoke uende ukaishi nini?
Unasikia vile mtu sema,
ndio kwanza lifestyle ya Kikuyu. Mkikuyu anaweza kuwa kwa mdosi na bado anaishi huko hivyo Kiambu.
Kuna mtu anasema yeye hawezi kula samaki. Mimi samaki hata harufu ya samaki. And that is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Na kuna wewe you cannot live without fish. And what I'm trying to say is, Precious, we are not refuting your choice. That is your choice. But in as much you have your choice, someone else is also comfortable with that, and you should not judge or think less of them. You know, that is actually the point. You know, that's fine.
Sasa shida Precious anataka venye amesema ndio ikuwe hivyo na.
Alafu unajua nini, wacha niwaambie hii kitu ya kusema eti watoto wa mtu hawalindwi vizuri. Unapata hiyo nguvu wapi? You don't live with those kids. You don't live with them. Those kids have not even complained to you. You don't even know their life. Ati unassume ati unassume ati watoto wa mtu hawaishi vizuri. It's like somebody
just
assuming
because they
now
live in Kayole, so you assume they don't live. If they live in La Vie, then I mean, what kind of reason is that?
Uishi
Watu
Lavington
wanaishi
kwa nyumba.
nani ati kwani hao watu wajui Lavington kuna watu wanaishingi Lavington wanakosa hata chakula.
They live
And that is
worse.
exactly what I wanted to say. Unaweza kuwa
Do
unaishi
you know that
Lavington na
there
wewe
are
ndio uko
people
una
who
languish.
even live in Kileleshwa na hawana chakula? Mi niliwahi ona watu wameishi
unajikaza tu
Kileleshwa,
unashindwa kulipa
umefika
rent.
unafika kwa nyumba yao Kileleshwa, wewe ndio unaenda unashtuka jikoni iko wazi.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Uishi
Kwanza
naye
fridge
watu wameishi
ijawekwa kwa
Kileleshwa.
stima kwa sababu haina kitu ndani.
Joina
kumbe
fridge inageuka
shoga ilikuwa
kabati. Inageuka kabati ya kuweka vitu.
Nilipata friji imewekwa sukari, friji imepangwa
inageuka
sukari na
storage.
dengu.
Hapana
Jamani.
Diana, fridge imewekwa maji na haijawekwa kwa stima kwa sababu gani? Hakuna pesa ya
Hakuna kitu ya
kujaza
kuweka
fridge.
yenye inaweza kuwa perishable.
Those are things that happened, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So people just need to understand that your life and your choices may not necessarily be another person's life and choices. Unaona?
Yeah.
And that does not mean that your life is the standard measure.
Na hata siku
Kuishi
hizi
mbali na
hizi
watoto si mchezo.
Diana, na hata siku hizi zikileleshwa Kilimani, apartment imesonga juu, imefika mpaka 13th floor, iko na manyumba kama 70 ndani. Ni apartment sasa congestion, hata saa hizo mitaa zimekuwa tu vitu zenye haziko.
Children.
But I don't know why what on a stereotype an estate, just because. Let me tell you, there are people who are feeding well, dressing well, living well in Kayole. I'm telling you the truth. This I know.
What children need is love, basic needs, food, shelter. They don't care whether they're in Pluto or they're where, as long as they're getting that love and they're getting the basic
That's the
needs.
thing.
They're happy.
That's the thing.
It's as adults, especially people that are myopic, that think that because someone lives in Kayole or someone lives in Lavington, so they look down upon an estate. Okay? And that is very, I swear to God, I swear in 2024. Watu wanafikiria hivyo APLA.
Okay, you can say, there are places you can talk about languishing, but Kayole.
Wada.
Kayole hakuna language.
Wacha nikwambie, like for you using so strong words like that on people's kids.
Yeah, hiyo
just
kwanza
not right.
languishing.
And there is
Wamelala njame.
there is also
Wacha nikupatieni niwapatie chai mpya. Haya, okay, basi malizeni hiyo ndio niwaambie.
Diana, nikwambia, acha nimalizie hii nikikuuliza. Sasa wewe ukiniambia, ukisema watoto wangu mtu anateseka ama watoto wangu wanateseka mahali penye uko, si uwachukue nisaidie.
Arwa, there is also a psychological baggage that comes with it, and people don't get it. Kama vile wanajua saa zile hapa kwa social media, wajua uko na watoto nyumbani, that's the tool they are going to use, and where you are kila siku, hata maybe ulali, you are like, how did my kids eat today, how did my kids do today, hata utrust sasa ule mtu ako naye, kwa sababu you've been betrayed a couple of times. So the stigma should just stop. Imagine not everybody is happy.
Yeah, the stigma for sure, that's the right word. Now Precious ameandika hapa chini anasema you have changed it to be about Kayole when it was not meant to be. Let me tell you what you're trying to say. You said that you cannot throw lions on TikTok while your children are languishing in Kayole. Now this is what I want to explain to you. Let's remove Kayole out of the picture. Let's talk about the lions that are being thrown. First of all, those are not your lions. They are not the public's lions. Those are her personal lions.
You move away.
What you're trying to do is to try to budget for her what she wants to do with her money. Anybody on this platform who decides to gift people, hata wakiamua kutoa 100 lions, 50 lions, 20 lions, the fact we have to accept that that is their money. Ni pesa yao. And every time we feel like what they're doing is wrong or we are feeling uncomfortable with them gifting like that, it means we are now entitled. Entitlement is when you want to budget with people's money. Unaona mtu ako na $1,000, hangetuma hiyo gift, hiyo pesa hata afadhali angeweka, ama hiyo pesa afadhali angeenda akafeed nayo maninja kwa streets. That is not how life works. It's not your money. You don't get to budget with it. You don't get to make decisions about people's money. People can do whatever they want to do with their money, even if it makes you uncomfortable. One thing for sure, it's their money. And that is completely different from public money. When people have raised money here publicly, public funds to do stuff, we can talk about it. We can make arguments about it because they have raised money from the public coffers. So we can ask for accountability. Sasa wewe Precious unataka accountability kwa personal ya watu. It doesn't make sense. Ni kama vile watu walikuwa wanataka kutuitisha hapa accountability 1 million ya Rosso. Rosso hakuchukua pesa ya umma. Rosso alitoa pesa yake kwa mfuko akatupatia. Kwa hivyo wenye unataka accountability unaitaka based on what? That was his personal donation to us. And he never asked for accountability. So the public has no business doing that. Unaona? And this is how entitlement inafanyika hapa kwa hii platform. Then you start feeling uncomfortable about people giving other people. And hii unaanza kuwa na chuki na war with someone for nothing. Mtu akipenda hata auze nyumba yake apatiane lions kwa TikTok. Shauri yake. The repercussions are on them, not
And
you.
most of them are bitter because it is not given to them.
Exactly.
Yes, most of them are bitter because it's not given to them. Kwani ni uongo Diana? You see someone asking me.
Most of the people wenye wanasikianga uchungu juu ya lions ni watu wenye hawaja receive lions.
Yeah, that's
sana
true.
sana hawajapata hizo lions. Wacha nikwambie, mtu utaona.
So I think maybe the only lesson that we need to learn from all this, whatever is happening, and this is both. I know this will be off a bit, both kwa familia ya Diana, tunajua pia as we speak, things are not right, and the familia kina Nyako. By all means, it's not right, especially to use someone from a certain family to come talk trash about as another family member just because of our TikTok shenanigans. Because if you look at this Wajakoya, I don't know. You look at how Roy came, I don't know. See, now it has now rolled back to Nyako. Na remember Nyako ndio alikuwa na Roy the other day. So they were very close, very friendly and everything. The other day now it was Wajakoya with who? With Pesh. So if you see, it's just, it's just things going in cycles. It's the same thing happening. Yeah, it's the same thing happening. It's the same thing happening.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to family issues, as outsiders, we should just keep off completely. It's the same thing. If you look at what was happening, it's the same thing. Nothing else.
Well,
The same thing. And it's not right because now we are getting dark secrets of families around here. It's coming out. No one knew about most of the things that we've heard now. And it's sad. But again, if you look at the trigger points, someone is triggered to react in a way, then the society begins condemning this person.
kabisa.
That's the bitter thing about this entire thing. Someone is quiet somewhere doing his or her things. Then someone, an outsider, uses someone from the family, to deal with someone. Then eventually, person A or person B or person C is forced to retaliate. Then it becomes, it's messy, it's mayhem all over. This we just had, the out of these are things that ought not to have come in public. But what's the causation? What triggered the reaction? We need to look into that. Nyako just said she'll go the Diana way. Diana took a route, suing her brother. What was the causation? What led to that? Before we criticize, before we castigate, how about we look into what led to a reaction? Because it's often not an action. If you look at like Nyako's issue, it's not an action, it's a reaction. These are reactions, not actions. But the trigger points, outsiders, look at these things closely. Outsiders, triggers, so it's up to you to decide whether you want to take an outsider to come, brew beef, then watupatie chai, because sisi chai kija, jamani, tutaikunywa.
Yeah, it's gonna be messy. Even though TikTokers wamezoea to use a mess.
And in my opinion, I still think that as families, TikTok should not be a place where we come air, or rather try to revenge our family battles. It shouldn't be a platform where because these streets are messy. Let me tell you, people will lose lives. Where we are headed, people are going to lose lives around here.
Lives. It's gonna end
And
in tears.
outsiders take advantage. And remember, most TikTokers are out for viewership and coins. So when they notice that there's a gap somewhere between a family and that can bring them viewership and coins, they capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's a family that suffers. There's a mother somewhere crying, a father somewhere crying, a daughter somewhere crying, a cousin somewhere crying, a sister somewhere crying, a brother somewhere crying. For what purpose? For what gain? Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
It's not.
Look at how we've just, dirty things just came now. Things that no one knew about. Was it worth it? And all this came as a result of one thing. Wajakoya sitting with Pesh. Wajakoya dining with Pesh. If you look at Diana's issue, it came as a result of one thing. Roy dining with Nyako. Look at the similarities.
Yeah.
Look at the similarities. And this should teach us a lesson.
Bring out the worst of it.
It has to teach us something as people on TikTok. Look at the similarities. Diana retaliated because of, it all began with Roy dining with Nyako. Okay? Now, Nyako is retaliating because of Wajakoya dining with Pesh.
That's the
Look
truth.
at the similarities. And if you look at these things closely, this might end up 6 feet under. That's the truth. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Actually, are you there, Diana? Chukua mic.
I'll mute
Kwa
now.
sababu amuongei. So I don't know if you guys are there. Sijui kama Ati yako karibu. Diana sijui kama ameshalala. So watu wanashinda wakituambia hapa Ati o Diana sijui mwapigie simu cause ni kama sijui wako karibu na simu. That's why we're trying to keep the live iendelee.
Okay, to those saying that are we up Ochot, if Ochot wants to come up, she can come up. Just send a request, you can come up. Ochot, if you have anything to talk about, you can come up.
Yeah, you
We've
can
got no
come up.
problem.
You can
It's
request.
just that here we air our opinions, and anyone's opinion is an individual's opinion.
True.
Yes, so Ochot, if you wanna come up, well and good. What we do is, what I say is Berry, it's Berry. I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone, and no one should be held accountable over what I say.
For sure.
It's simple as that. So Ochot, if you wanna come up, well and good.
What you said Berry is making sense because family rankles hatufai kuzisolve hapa kwa TikTok honestly. Yeah, so imagine tumesikia vitu mingi zenye hata tukua tunajua zenye it's not even necessary for TikTokers to know. It's a bit
And the more
kuna better
TikTokers
ways
know, the more they analyze deep. Unajua, they analyze according to what they, what they've had.
what they had, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be true, but it's whatever they've had. And ameanguka.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's gonna really get messy. And honestly, it will end up in a bad way. Yani ita end up vibaya. Yani hapa Mungu atusaidie tufunge mwaka vizuri, but otherwise venye vitu zinaenda.
Yeah, and that's unasikianga family wameuana just because of hizo
Kabisa.
vitu ndogo ndogo.
Yeah, kabisa. The difference between love and hate is very minimal.
See, guys, what I can tell you is sibling rivalry is there. It's there. We've had it since our ancestors, time, okay? Since time memorial. But these are things that we fight in our homes, just there, back there. But what's happening now is there's a breed on TikTok that, and I'm sorry I'll call it out because it's what's happening. People who are using other people's siblings for revenge purposes.
Should stop.
And ultimately, it's a family somewhere that suffers. It's not the outsiders who uses people's family members for vengeance. It's a family somewhere that ends up suffering. So even those being used need to think. Watu wafikirie sana. Kabla mtu akutumia tikuja ndakumake we popular on this platform. Guys, it's not about popularity on this platform. You've been surviving, you've been living on maybe some of those family members before TikTok. You think that by coming here and trashing your own family member or something because of some TikTok, few days fame here and there, 2-3 days, you think that you'll make it on TikTok? You think that you'll gain anything meaningful? No. The animosity brewing between families because of TikTok shenanigans. Had it not been Roy talking about Diana on this platform, Roy wouldn't have been taken to court, to police, and there wouldn't have been any case opened against Roy. Had it not been Wajakoya talking about Nyako because of TikTok issues, Nyako wouldn't have spewed out all that we've just had a few minutes ago. Please, other guys, talk.
I second you, Barry.
Barry, I think that there is no family that is perfect. Even the richest of the richest in the world, they have issues, Mbona umeniambia?
Aro, hebu pigia ati. Sijui kama amelala.
Okay.
Yeah. Ni kama amedoze. What are you saying, Trisha? Continue, please.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Sikuwa najua niko nini big screen. Sorry. So I was saying there is no family that is perfect, guys. Hata ukichunguza kwa Bill Gates, uchunguze kwa ule ni Elon Musk, kwa nani. Every family has issues, It just depends how they air them out, how they sit down and talk about it, unaona. But these days, social media imekuwa ground mbaya to most families and it's destroying them more and more. It's becoming very lethal. Some families find it okay to come and intimidate their loved ones. Na sasa inakuwa sasa, now that it's in the open, then let's go with it, unaona. So, and that is the reason why it's very important to be careful not to involve so much in family matters, because by the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. You don't know where their problems came from. You don't know how deep it has cut them, unaona. You don't know how deep the cut is. So the only thing to do is either to console the other person ameumia, because mental health, guys, ni kitu tunaongeanga, but it's very, very serious. We should be able to take care of one another regardless of the differences. Tuachane na mambo ya kuingilia family za watu. I think that would be good. Alafu tukiona kama kuna family na nini, tusijifanya tunaenda kupeana mawaidha ati mimi naambia Diana fanya hivi na hivi mpaka mimi ndio najua Roy. It's not good. Unaona? It's not good. What will I be doing? Like, what the hell is wrong with me to do that? So I think we should just respect each and every family. Tusisema ati ya fulani ni mbaya, ya Trisha ni nzuri, sijui ya ati ni nzuri. No. Family have issues and we have to be careful. And as people say, karma is real. And we should just sit back and tuchunge tu watu wasiumie. But tusikue too much involved. And we should also remember one day it is Arwa, tomorrow it will be me. Nitaambia nini watu. You see? And some of us are young, we are still raising small kids. We don't want this to happen. So we should also be careful. Tusikue tu tunapiga kelele, tunakikuwa kiherehere. We should how do we say? Put the foot in the other person's shoe. That's all I wanted to say, guys.
Well said, well said.
I think Trisha gave her opinion, which is okay, and yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. So maybe the next person, anyone else who has
Yeah,
something.
actress, you wanted to say something?
Trisha tu amemaliza, ila venye tu amesema like every family has their own problems, na pia tusikwange tu mbio, tusikue tu judgmental, like we want to give advices as tiktokers kwa familia yenye hata haujui hiyo riot yao ilianzia wapi, inaenda wapi, you know, tusikue tu virtualist kwa family fights, cause venye inaelekea well, it's bad, ni kubaya.
Comment section kama kuna mtu mwenye ako na opinion ama maoni anaweza request tumpandishe, but no insults. Yes, Diana Kilo.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Diana Kilonzo. I've never been on artist platform. I've just been following up. I'm following Blackberry. Yeah, Berry Black. That's his name. So, kwa hii fasi yote, I think we have taken TikTok and then we have put it on top of our heads. And I think now it's kind of working against us because TikTok was supposed to be a place for fun, a place for business, for those who are doing business, a place for advocates, like those people who are advocating for some good causes. But now, Kenyan TikTok has become something else and we are heading in a very bad place because out of hii kisirani yote, whatever that is happening now, is like we are on the verge where we might end up losing people. And it's all because of TikTok. It was never that serious. Me, I don't believe TikTok was supposed to be that serious. We have taken, I don't know how to put it, ndio nisiumize watu roho, but we have taken, TikTok, sidhani kama TikTok ilikuwa ikuwe hivyo haki. It has become it's an app where it's like everybody right now, we are being careful, everybody has phobia of meeting people from TikTok or even joining some platforms. I don't even know where all this began from because it used to be nice, like last year, but this year, I don't know. I don't know where all this erupted from. Alafu another thing, we millennials, we are not going to hide it under the carpet that we are that traumatized generation. Our parents didn't know what was good for us, so they passed to us also what was passed to them through the parents. But I can say if you realize you have issues, because like 99% of millennials, we have childhood traumas, please just go and work on your issues. Na hii mambo ya familia, hakuna familia ni perfect. All of us, I think we have that one sibling or those two siblings. So dragging mambo ya familia hapa kwa TikTok haki, it's kind of scary because now it's like we are heading on a journey of no return. It's not, si vizuri anymore. Yeah, it's tumechoka, we are just tired. Kenyan TikTok, it was not, haikuwa hivi, it was not like this. Mimi sijui hii shida ilitokezea wapi. TikTok was fun, it used to be fun. But right now, and we are going to lose people, by the way. People are going to die because of this TikTok. Siblings wataenda kuuana because of this app. Please, can we just try and back off and then turudishe tu penye tu, let's just go back to how TikTok used to be. It was fun until, imekuwa very toxic. Imekuwa mbaya. I don't know how we have gotten here. Mambo ya familia, please. We all have issues, but can we try and solve them just behind the tent? Si mambo ya kukuja kuanikana hapa. Thank you so much, Ati. Asante. That's all.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Diana Kilonzo.
Asante.
Anyone else? Aro umepigia Ati?
I can't get hold of her.
I think, yeah, she slept. Actually, she slept. Malala.
And I think maybe just something that we've been saying over the past few days, and these are the close from my end. Sometimes, or rather from what I'm observing, you might give people who've got beef with your family members an opportunity to revenge against you. And out of that route towards vengeance, fatality might occur. People might die. Someone will even kill your own to accuse you. That's just my hypothesis. It's my thought. Because the moment someone gets to know that you are fighting person B from your family and they want to pin you down, they might use that. And it's very easy on these streets. Very, very easy on these streets. It's very easy. So before you expose a lot with regards to your family, think twice. Hypothetically, I have an issue with, let's say, Arwa. I befriend Arwa's sister. I poison her against Arwa. Now everyone knows, I announced to the public that Arwa has a beef with the sister. I scheme and kill Arwa's sister while accusing Arwa. Because people will think that based on the beef they have, Arwa is the prime suspect. There's a possibility of those kind of things happening on these streets. You expose too much, you're giving people too much power. And ultimately, you might end up suffering as families. Don't expose too much about your families on these streets. Don't hurt your family to please some stranger that you've never met on these streets. Doesn't work that way. Even if you have issues with your family members, please tread carefully. Tread carefully. And that's why you've never seen
Berry.
with family here. Yes. Go ahead, Trisha.
Berry. But also we have to remember this is a platform with money and mboka. So some people are capitalizing on that. When they see a fighting family, they want to use that as mboka. They want to get chai out of it. They want to get all that. And it's totally wrong. I don't know if I should blame the Chinese guy or blame us. Yani, it is crazy.
Tu kwa guest bibi ya polisi, oh thanks. Nataka kuambia Dana, Dana Kilonzo tusaidie na kiti. Okay, go ahead, bibi ya polisi.
Hi everyone. I want to what is it called? I want to oppose what Diana said. Diana Kironzo, not Diana Ross. First of all, it's naive to think that people are bad and the app is good. If she's celebrating the app, it's because of her circle. The people she knew then in that circle were good people. But it's a naive way to think that the app is good, people are bad. We are in some sort of a commune. In one way or another, when people are gathered together, one person or a group of people would want to seize power for whatever reasons. That's why we have celebrities and the rest of us who follow, right? That's why we are talking about Roy. Roy is a nobody if Diana didn't put her on the app. The reason why Roy is relevant right now is because we care about Diana. And Diana is nemesis with Nyako or Gugu Nation or whatever they call themselves. So when that is all said and done, is we are talking about some people because they only shine. Because if you talk about Nyako, you'll shine. That's why we know about Wajakoya. Wajakoya, I don't think he has much personality if he's not Nyako's brother. The same thing with Roy. So the app is not bad, but for one reason or another, some people are more powerful than the rest of us. And we have other people who are fighting them. And to fight them, you have to find their weaknesses. So it's not the app that is bad. It's not people who are bad.
There's a correction here. Bibia policy.
Yeah,
There's a correction.
yes,
I'm seeing there's an outcry regarding your statement or sentiments. Okay. Now, if you look at how Roy, the individual, came on this app, Roy appeared having been sent to deliver fish to Nyako by Nelly. Nelly was in up country, okay? Then Nelly sent Roy to deliver fish to Nyako when Nyako was in Kenya, okay? Then Nyako met Roy, and that's how they began, you know, doing all these TikTok things and everything. And that's how Roy came into limelight. Not
I knew Neri
forgetting.
Noel in 2021 when TikTok was still very.
Okay, yeah. So it was not Diana. Yeah,
If you want to deal with me, I will deal with. Kidogo. I'm not a person you can bury. Dani sera bro. The toko menyana nawe badai. But I'm just saying, why was the reason why Nyako picked Roy and not Artist's brother or any other person or actress? Oh, actress Nana has brothers, no? The reason why Nyako picked Roy is because he's Diana's brother. How else would you fight Diana if you don't pick his brother? Barry, that question is direct.
See, guys, let's be objective in our conversations, or you know. So I don't know whatever happened, what transpired, but it's okay. So all in all, it's all about interests here and there. But despite all these interests, let's not use other people's families, and let's not expose our family members.
But I think Barry,
Yes.
I think the police is trying to mean, yeah, since maybe Diana Rose and Nyako had issues, so Nyako used Roy to attack Diana.
The way she's putting it across, I understand. So you know what is happening? People using your family members to get back at you. It's the same thing that Pesh did the other day, using Wajakoya to get back at Nyako. The similarity.
Yeah.
Nyako used Roy to get back at Diana.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying, but people are not getting it clearly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As the outsiders, let's not use other people to get back at, you know, the family members that we have beef with. You see how it has caught up with Nyako Ali. Nyako was with Roy the other day. Now it's Wajakoya with Pesh, and now we are seeing what we are seeing now is even bigger than what we saw. That's how serious this entire thing is. And we might end up losing lives here because of these family feuds. Why? Triggered by outsiders. My beef with someone who's against my brother, you know, someone uses my brother to get back at me, then ultimately I'm opening up my belly for a knife. You can, stab me multiple times because I've opened up to you. I've given you the go ahead. Let's be careful on these streets. We need to be careful on these streets. I think I'm done from my end. Anyone else? You guys can, talk. Arwa, you are being looked for. I think it's night time, Arwa's time. Mimi nimenyamaza sasa.
Mimi hata sina mambo ya kusema. Family things should just remain family things. So, watu wasingililie mambo za family za wenyewe. Kila mtu afagie kwake. Mimi nikiamua ninataka kutoa sister yangu macho, wacha nitoe sister yangu macho. Kwa sababu people want to belong and be good and be nice or whatever. Fagia mlango yako, toa chawainiko kwako, wachana na chawainiko kwangu yangu. People should just do themselves. Ukiamua Beri akiamua na charazana ndugu yake huko, wacha Beri na ndugu yake wamalizane kivyao. At the end of it all, they know how they'll sort their things out. Wewe ni mpita njia. Kiona Beri anataka kumvunja dada yake miguu, wacha Beri afanye chenye anataka. Familia za watu wachana nazo. Family business is family business, and it should remain family business. If you do not belong to that family, usiguze. I'll just say that mimi sina mambo mengi ya kusema. Mingi mtaka unajirudia. But people should just learn from this. Singilile mambo ya familia just because you want to take sides. Oh, this side. Oh, I beg. Stick to your line. Uchana na line za watu wengine.
Alafu pia we should remember the other aspect of it. Unajua social media is somewhere where people are behind the keyboard and we don't see them, we don't know them. So that is the advantage people take. Actually, ukiobserve vizuri, this is where people express the demon in them. You know, they want to do things that you can't actually do in real life. Kama Beri nikuuliza, ukinicharaza hapa unicharaza, alafu tukutane siku moja pale Dubai kule unaishi. Imagine alafu nikwambie mimi ni Trish. Sisi tutaanza tu kucheka. In fact, I feel like tutaanza kuuliza, hi Berry, is that you? Hata sitakumbuka ulinicharaza.
Trisha.
Yeah.
I once made that mistake of having fought with someone ruthlessly on these streets, okay? Then we met at a live event right here where I am. And later on, the guy went ahead to again even spew more fire. So I learned my lessons, and that's why I don't meet people ovyo.
Allah.
Be careful whom you meet, especially those people that you interact with on this platform.
So you're saying it can even get worse.
The moment you meet, that's when they get more weapons to fight you with.
Stay away from meeting.
I retract my
Stay away from meeting.
You know, you see, Arwa, I go to Kenya, like I usually go to, do you know, I meet very few people. I interact with very few people. Even here where I am, we've got so many TikTokers.
Wamekusamehea fully, so they want to come
We've
check
got
your
so many
witnesses.
TikTokers. Yeah, but those that I interact with right here, I'm telling you, they're accountable. We've got so many TikTokers here in Qatar where I am, but I meet very few. I've learned my lessons the hardest way. You meet with someone, they come talk things which are not even there. You know. So the best thing to do, just do you.
Yeah, so just keep
And if you are
off.
to interact with someone on TikTok, outside TikTok, be certain that this person you've interacted, you know, on TikTok, and you've assessed the ability of this person to just talk to you and nothing will go out there.
Acha nikwambie kitu Berry.
Yeah.
Sijui you want to meet so you want to meet so. Goodness. So utafute kazi ya kufanya, you go and meet your people, your family. Go and meet your people.
Yeah.
Allah. If you're not best friends, don't meet. Hey.
Yeah.
If you're friends, okay, but if you're not best friends, nani? Fanya hiyo siku yenye unataka kumit, and go buy something on the shop as drag matuko. Tena na ujinga za kutaka kumit hapa watu. No, meet who? Am I your family member?
It's dangerous.
Because someone will be coming anajifanya tu kumbe amekuja kuchukua nini.
Yeah,
Most of them come to investigate.
Za kukumaliza
They
vizuri,
come to
right?
investigate. Then that's the fact that you've been seen with someone, they'll go speak things and people will say, oh, that's true. Yet, you know, and people speak a lot of lies on these streets. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. People speak a lot of lies.
People come up, people create lies. I'm telling you what I know.
Niko nyuma ya tent wanakuka.
Most of them are data collectors.
Absolutely.
Wamekuja collect data.
Chiki just talked about exactly. That's it.
That makes sense. Like
Exactly. And I didn't know that Chiki anakuaga sober hivi ate. Chiki is very sober.
Honestly, that point in a sync very well. Most of them are data collectors.
That's the point. Kumbe Chiki anakuaga. See?
Sometimes they're on point.
Yeah, that's it. No, but akisha kunywa zile vitu, you know how Chiki, Chiki.
Yeah.
But like that's a very strong point. Data collectors.
Very. Alafu hapa TikTok, one mistake a person can make is to come and look for genuine love from these platforms, hata Facebook or whichever. It is the worst mistake you can ever make. At you want to look for love, you want affirmation, you want recognition. First of all, look for that love within your family. Look for it with among your kids, like the people that are closest to you.
Love hapa TikTok tisha.
Wacha.
Imagine kuna watu wanaoana.
No, it's
Kuna
not
ni
about,
kweli
no,
kuna watu wamepata na Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, hata wameoana honestly.
Yawa.
no,
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
So
I'll tell
there's
you,
good
I'll
and
tell
there's
you.
bad.
I'll
So
tell you,
let's
I
not
can,
just tuseme
if
ati
I'm to talk about
haiwezi work.
myself, if I'm to talk about myself, I met my person here and I'm
Yeah,
happy.
kuna watu wamemeet by the
Yeah.
way FB, TikTok na hiyo ingine itangoja Instagram.
I'm thinking in the line of unakuja sasa una expect hata kila mtu akupende.
Lakini I think kwa zote TikTok is the much toxic one. Hapa mimi naweza ogopa. Even though pia hapa bado watu wamemeet
No,
love, lakini
just be
bado
careful.
wakarudi wakalia.
I'm still repeating. I met my person here and I'm okay. Okay?
Wow.
Mimi mwenye ananipatia allowance kila mwezi.
Umemeet hapa, si ndio? Yeah.
Yeah, so let's not win. Let me, okay, like personally, as Berry, I came on this app because of two things. Okay? Having fun and networking.
Sieni chiki venye anasema hapo chini.
Love was never on my mind.
Me networking, not love,
Exactly.
yeah. Love
Okay?
has never been on my knee.
It was supposed to be fun and networking, and I've networked with people. I've met people here that I hold so close. You know, people that we've been friends who turned into more families. And I ended up meeting the person that I'm with today. Yeah. So I
think
cannot
also I
blame
die
that
when
on.
people
It's just a
abroad
matter of
it.
getting to know the kind of people you interact with. Be very careful with the people you bring close to you. It's as simple as that. Be very, very careful. And especially wanawake wa majuu. These now let me talk about ladies wenye wanaishi hizi makantri za nje. Be very, very careful. Be it US, you know, UK, Europe, Australia. Be very, very careful. Canada, that's North America. Be very, very careful. Mafisi wako hapa. The moment they have something against you, you'll be living on blackmail. Someone has something against you, wewe sasa ni utume pesa ama nitaanika hii. It's happening on TikTok. You've got people get
Sasa ama nianike hii nani? Umechelewa, anika takataka wewe.
Yeah, hata mimi beanika kwani iko nini?
So
Yeah,
just
hizo mambo za
Can you
jinga
blackmail?
the platform is okay. It's a good platform.
Mimi ati mtu anakuja kuniambia sijui nini sijui enda anika huko.
Sasa mnaniambia naweza pata bwana hapa. Chekesha.
Tunasema hizo vitu zinaweza happen. Kuna watu wamepata. But I think kwa platforms zote I think TikTok is the most toxic bana. Hata Facebook ilikuwa na toxicity lakini I don't think imefikia hii ya TikTok. Even though nasikia kuna hizo groups zenye zilikuwa na that kind of toxicity. Too much like hizo groups. But
I
TikTok
think
is
the last bit about
yeah.
TikTok compared to Facebook, okay? And this is
Facebook,
what-
yeah, I meant Facebook.
You
Sorry,
see,
I meant Facebook.
I'm coming back from the same time with Ati. I knew Ati close to 10 years ago on Facebook.
Yeah.
We were some of those people on BB. It was Ati's
Yo,
group.
Babiware.
Babiware, okay? So I'll tell you, and I kept saying that I'm still talking about this. TikTok is interactive. People know you. You know, the moment you, especially if you keep opening your camera, it's like you're interacting real time. Okay, so people knows you. The moment mtu ameamua kuletea negativity TikTok, acha niwaambie, people might die of depression here.
FB
That's why
mnafanya
it's one
kamera
of the
kuonana.
worst. It's one of the worst.
Kwa tu
ever.
kuandika comments by the way Berry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
FB, yeah, we used to open those Facebook lives, but that was very rare. It wasn't there. It was just comments, nothing else.
Oh,
But
just
here,
comments. Oh,
yeah,
so
but
ilikuwa
here
tu ni
people
keyboard warriors.
yeah, we drink. Here we can sit like on a live like this. The other day we were drinking with akina Hati hapa. Tunakunywa
Yeah.
tukikula ngoma. You know, I do that on my
yeah.
lives. Tunakunywa tukikula ngoma, tuna dance na nini. You see how Sakena is always drinking and she's dancing and everything. You know,
Yeah.
as in people are just all the the entire thing open up. People are just having fun. Technically, you are interacting real time, so everyone knows your face, how you look like, and everything. Wakikuanika hapa, it has a bigger impact compared to pale Facebook. Facebook ilikuwa shadow. IG was shadow. That's why TikTok is a place where you must be very, very careful.
Oh, and that's why it goes even deeper kwa sababu mtu sana anafeel anakujua zaidi because anafeel amekuona, anafeel ameinteract na wewe, kitu kama hiyo.
Yeah, that's just it. Let me mute bana, nimeongea sana leo.
Okay.
Listening.
June, anything to add or to say?
Mimi actually tunaweza sema guys, me I don't think this app is toxic. Ni watu wako kwa app ndo ni watu toxic, kusema tu kweli. Cause awezi niambia ati TikTok is a good space to come and solve your family issues, kuja kuandika vitu zako zote, unaona? So mimi I don't think kama TikTok ni toxic. The app is not toxic, but watu wako ndani ya app, watu wako kwa app ndio toxic.
That's what I was trying to say. The people produce their demon very well when they're on this app, like because we can't interact with them in real life.
Really?
Okay. June, do you have anything to say?
Trish, do you think this app is a best platform to like bring all your problems? Ama solve all your family fights?
I don't think any app is an app to bring all your problems.
No.
I don't think any app.
Goja la
social media at this era.
Goja ni mjibu.
It's
Nana, no platform, no social media platform is good to come and air your family feuds. No, nothing. I'm telling you. That is the one, itakuwa ni genesis of your mental health problems, genesis of more and more wrangles than kama mngekaa tu chini nyumbani kwenu kwa sitting room na muongee.
Nani amekwambia each and every family have their own have their own means of solving issues. Mimi nikitaka kuleta mambo za familia yangu kwa TikTok ama nikitaka kuleta mambo za familia yangu kwa Facebook ama wapi, it is a free world. I can do any fucking thing
Are
I
you
want.
sure, Arwa?
Of course.
Aya, okay, sawa.
Not the same way wewe utataka kusort kitu ndio mwingine atataka kusort kitu. Mimi nikitaka kuleta, kwani ni kesho nikitaka kuleta kitu hapa kwa TikTok kama ni family, it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own purpose and ways of sorting things out. You can't let other people's opinions out, bwana.
I was simply saying that no one should dictate how someone wants to live. We can only advise. We can only advise, but we cannot dictate.
Na hata hizo advice tulisema siku hizi hata watu hawataki hizo advice kama sisi ni watu wenye
And the arrow talking about that is an arrow that utaiona ameleta sijui nani wao huku. You'll never see.
Mimi hata wacha nikwambie, you'll never ever.
You'll never see.
Hata sister yangu mdogo nilimblock kwa TikTok yangu kwani
you'll never see.
Yeah.
Never.
You'll never see.
Not even a second. But that doesn't mean that sijui mimi sitaki. If I want to bring my family issues kwa TikTok nitaleta tu. So msiseme ati TikTok is not a place to bring.
So Adwa, can I ask you a question?
To express themselves the way they want.
Can I ask you a question? So you will be comfortable after umeleta alafu waifanye chai?
Wewe ukitaka kuifanya chai si ufanye chai, kwani ni kesho?
Guy, mimi si mtu wa chai. Okay, good for you then.
That depends. Hiyo ndio tunasema mtu akae mbali na mambo ya watu. Mtu akae mbali. Nikiamua kuileta kwa TikTok, you just drink the tea and stay away. Don't give your cheap ass opinion and advices. Wacha mimi nifanye vitu zangu. Nimeileta kwa TikTok, sijaileta kwa sababu nataka wewe nimeileta iko hapo. Nimeileta kwa media iko hapo. So nini unataka kukibililia juu unataka kuingililia kwa story yenye ikuhusu? At which your current and future employees can access. Sasa current and future employees wanakuja kwa social media accounts zako kutafuta nini kama wewe si model? Hizo ni za model. If you're not a model, it doesn't matter to your employers. Kwani employers wanakuja kwa social media kukuangalia kwa social media because of what? Why? Give me a reason as to why my employer should
Hata
come.
employer wangu hata WhatsApp angaliangi hizo
I'm
ma
telling
updates.
you. Me, I don't, especially if you're working for big organizations, who is going to come into TikTok and check on your name and check on your CG nani?
Kama hata washughuliki na WhatsApp updates.
After they don't even know there is something known as TikTok.
Wengine Facebook.
Yeah. So, mambo ya kusema employer, future employer, nani?
Kenya najua wanaangalianga sana ni immigration, but see it employers.
Not even the immigration check. It depends on what reasons the immigration want to check on.
Unless they suspect something, sindio?
Yeah, and this happens only when people are getting married and they want to confirm if it's fraud or real.
Yeah.
Allah. But anything else, nani Buddha boss. They look nani anaangalia chicks. Since I was employed with Air Canada, hakuna siku yenye hata siku moja hata mtu amekuja kuniuliza what is your social media account for what? What do they want to do with?
It's when some people go for high profile interviews ndio wanauliza vitu.
Probably.
Sio in ati kazini kwako.
Ati extremist views and racism. Unless you give them a reason, but at in order it's a thing. Unless you give them a reason, sindio?
But ati mtu tu ameamka asubuhi anataka kwenda kucheck sasa chicks. Nataka kwenda kuangalia Vivian. Nani?
Yeah, unless you give them a reason, unless they doubt of you, ama they get something, unaona?
Yeah, exactly.
Nimependa hii topic, it's good.
Yeah, but
tuna agree to disagree without kutukanana ama kuambiana words, insults and all that.
Sana.
But kuna watu mwezi have now nini a discussion bana. Hey, yani if you just differ with him or her, anaanza matusi. Like man. Ama mtu anaanza kuongea vibaya.
Yeah, but ati
kuku ilikuwa tamu sana. Twinkle. Twinkle maoni darling. Twinkle, hujakuwa nimekuwa nikikuangalia kwa views but you were not there. I think ndio umeingia.
Twinkle umesema ulikula kuku on my behalf. Thank you my dear. Bear.
How are you?
Yani mmekunywa hiyo chai mjatosheka shwali. Nyinyi mnaweza kunywa maji na
Ati, stop interrupting me and Arwa.
Wengine.
No, yeah. So you guys, what did you want me to do? I was here. Nataka niwa interrupt. No, we have some etiquette.
Ati you are where?
I'm just
right here.
You are not here. You are not here because
I even told her to call.
I was in the kitchen. I have my friend. Besides having a life, I have other things I have to do.
Auntie, I've just gotten up, so of course you are not here. I've just gotten up.
I was in the house. I was in the house doing my other chores, my friend, and I need to shut the light because I need to go and do other errands.
Okay, so can you give us another 10-15 minutes?
Asingetuambia hivyo tu basi.
Yeah.
Can you give us another 10-15 minutes?
I've
just
when I'm here, by the way, for your information, anytime in my life, I'm in the house, I have to multitask. I'm not going to sit my ass here. I have other things to do.
You're not going to lecture us. I've just gotten up.
No, I'm not lecturing. I'm making it clear. Don't come and ask me, my friend, you want to put my ass here, that's because you're talking. Are you for real? Na ukwende mfungo live zenyu gasia hizi tatu. Unaamka unakuja kwa live yangu